Hello and welcome back. My name is Naseem, and in this video, we will try to understand how we can automate business processes that is using some Outlook email activity. So, organizations often use email activities to complete a business processes. Email activities such as sending and receiving data, and upon sending and receiving data, there is some further business processes that need to be do. So, in this video, we will try to understand how we can automate these sort of activities. To create a new flow, just go ahead and create new flow for the automation activities, instant cloud flow. Before really creating this cloud flow, what I would like to explain you is that in this in this section, we will try to create a automation flow which will be triggered every time there is a new email from someone to the inbox of this user. And for this, we need to create some trigger, right? So let's name the flow and skip the trigger flow, skip to select, and we are not going to select anything under here because what we want is that our flow should trigger every time there is a new email sent by someone to this inbox. So skip it. Under here it will ask us what trigger you want to select. So under here you can see by default trigger section will be selected. Just search for the Outlook and select Outlook. In here you will see when a new email arrives. So this is one of the trigger, and this is the trigger we are going to use under this video. We are not only having this trigger, we have few more triggers as well. So just go ahead and look for the detail of these triggers, and if you have some business process which you think that you can use this trigger, just go ahead and use it. But in this video I will just use when a new email arrives. Once you selected it, you will see this section. Just click on show advanced options. So in here you will see a different parameters which you can set to design when your flow will be triggered. So every time there is a new email and you want your flow to be triggered, that email is in inbox folder. Other than this, you can select other folders as well. So these are different folders. Other than this, if there is a new email in junk folder, you can select it as well. But for the demo purpose, let's select the inbox. If you want your flow to be triggered by when there is an email from someone to a specific person or the group of person, you can select and you can mention those detail here. Again, if you want your flow to be triggered at a specific time when someone is in CC, you can select it as well, and things like that you can select all of different parameters. If you want to play with the attachment which you are receiving under this email, you can select yes. If you are selecting no, no data of the attachment will be captured. So if you want to play with the attachment, you need to select yes. Again, if you want your flow to be triggered every time there is a specific string mentioned in the subject line of that email, you need to mention that string here. For a specific importance, you can select importance here. And if you want your flow to be triggered only when there is at least one attachment into the email, then you need to select yes here. So this is how you can set all of the parameters that will decide when your flow will be triggered. So let's say we have decided it. Now the next item you need to do is to, for example, you need to select some action, and that select action is the Outlook activity. So we have these number of actions here. Go ahead and explore yourself, and you can decide which actions you can use to complete automation of a given business process or the use case which you have. For our learning purpose in this video, I will just go ahead and use the reply activity. So just select for reply, and it will search for the reply. So reply to an email. What I want is that every time there is a new email from someone, what I want that your automation flow should reply to the same person with a specific detail. So let's say how you can reply it. So there is an output variable created by this flow when a new email arrives, and that is message ID. So if you select in here ID, you will see that variable. So when a new email arrive, and it's a message ID, so you can select message ID. When we are selecting it, it will just reply to the specific email which has this message ID, right? And under body you can select whatever the body you want to mention. If you want to reply to all of the person who are there in the CC or the to or the any other parameters, you can select yes. And if you want to send some attachment as a confirmation, you can use these fields to do so. And this way, just select save and click on test button. This flow will be triggered only when this specific email will be received by this user. So I'm not going to do that because it will take us a lot of time. You just go ahead and try to make these flows by yourself. In case of any question, just let me know under the comment section. I will try to help you out. I hope by now you would be in a condition to use these activities to automate your email activity which you are using in your business process. Thank you very much for your time. See you in next video.